everyone, it's Cher from Cher Made Crochet, back for another video. In case you haven't noticed, I am still wearing my siesta sweater. That is because I am filming multiple videos at once while I have the chance. So hope you bear with me on that. Today's video, I wanted to talk about some finished / mostly finished items that I have, and by mostly finished I mean I literally need to put some buttons on, and I haven't yet done that. So anyways, let me go ahead and jump into it. The first project that I am going to show you is this hat right here. This was done with a 6mm crochet hook. The yarn is Loops and Threads Barcelona yarn in the colorway Mocha. And the pattern of the hat is called Cross Doubles Hat by 5 Little Monsters. And I will make sure to put everything that I talk about in the description box down below. I really wanted to do it for its texture. It came out pretty large, like a large adult size hat. I am definitely a small adult, but I did it because I used a larger hook and yarn than called for, and that is because my gauge is usually so tight. And this is a top down hat that it's a lot more difficult for me to finagle with patterns that go from the top of the head down, because it's hard for me to gauge if I'm doing it or if I'm getting the right size. But all in all, I'd like to say this was a success. It's not like a huge monster size head or a bucket or anything like that. So, I mean, I guess we can say that that is progress, because top-down hats are the reason why for so long I've absolutely hated making hats. But yeah, so this is that. I went out of my comfort zone for this hat. The next hat that I am going to show you is one that I also found on Pinterest, but for whatever reason I cannot find where the pattern is, because I guess I didn't save the pattern. So, oopsies. So this one is a bottom-up hat. So I started with the brim. And for the brim, I believe I used a 4.5mm. And this is a Loops and Threads yarn as well. And I think it's one of their winter yarns. I don't know if they still sell this. It was new over the winter months, I guess. I don't have the tag and I don't remember what it's called, so I apologize. I just use silver and blue. This blue is Premier Yarns Everyday Heathers in the colorway Blue Heather, I believe. And like I said, I used a 5mm crochet hook. So what I did was I crocheted in even stitches, because the pattern repeat is in 2. Let's see if I can, like, I don't know. Let's just do it like this. Hey-ya. Okay. So what I did was I did a single crochet and a double crochet in 1 stitch. Then I skipped a stitch, and then I did it again. Single crochet, double crochet, skip a stitch, single crochet, double crochet, skip a stitch, and so on and so forth. And then when I got to the end of the first row, instead of joining and then either turning or continuing on, I continued on as if nothing had happened. Like I was going on forever, so I went in a spiral. And basically from the second row on in the pattern repeat, I always skipped the double crochet stitch, and into the single crochet stitch I did a single crochet and a double crochet. Then I skipped the next stitch, which should be a double crochet, and then I single crocheted and double crocheted. around and around and around. And it created this very beautiful spiral effect, which I will probably be implementing more as I make hats. The bottom up hats are my favorite way of making hats because I can control how wide something is via the brim or just like the hat size in general. And it makes it a lot easier for me to figure out how to properly size. So that's that. The next pattern that I am going to show you is a infinity scarf that I made by, it's a pattern that I got from Olga Poltava. I don't know if I pronounced her name right. She's a YouTuber who specializes in teaching lacy stitches. And I love that about her because from one of her patterns, I was able to create a lacy summer scarf. Let me see. Oh, here it is. So let me just show it to you and then I'll tell you about the yarn. So this yarn has an ombre effect on it. Now what you see is it starts off with cream, and then here you can see there's a little bit of a color change. So it's like the palest pink you can possibly find. And then another pattern or color change. There you go. And more. And more until you have brighter pinks. And then that's clearly where I joined. And then the edge is just a single crochet stitch. And I used the very last color change, which was nothing but pinks. And if you watch Summer from Summer Tips and Stitches, one of her, she did a Lion brand yarn like review, mass review, I guess you can say. And one of those yarns that she talks about is Ombre Life. And this yarn is very similar to Ombre Life, but the brand is Voltrum or Voltrum, My Melody Crochet. This is I believe it's Swedish. The colorway I used is Venus. It's a 100-gram ball, 500 meters, 50% cotton, 50% acrylic. I found this on Etsy, so I have an American dealer, I guess. So I can order in America a Swedish yarn. It is, what I love about this yarn is that it's basically Ombre Life, but you can change how much yarn you get. So what I used was the equivalent of this ball, which is about the same size as the Ombre Life. Man, it does not want to, oh, here we go. I chose purple. This is purple, clearly. That's another thing that I love about this yarn, is that they have solids to go with their ombres. But like, this is what the skein will look like, and it always comes with like a stitch marker. This colorway happens to be This Is Halloween, which is why you have a Halloween themed stitch marker. And this is a 300-gram ball. So I just wanted to show you context-wise. This is what the color changes look like. But this is the ball that I ordered and I used for the scarf. It's one of my favorites. I actually am excited to try making another one soon. So yeah, I guess look out for that sometime in the next year or so. So that's my third object that I have completed. The next objects, so yeah, the next object is mostly completed. The next two objects are mostly completed. I just need to add a button. So Creative Grandma released a towel topper, or a towel pattern that comes with its own towel topper. So this is one of them. This is coming out grays, but it's actually blues. And here's the top part. And like I said, I just need to add the button here. For this one I used Hobby Lobby's I Love This Yarn. I didn't have the band for it. It's one of the yarns that I've had in my stash forever. And so also I just wanted to point out here, for this particular one, I don't know if it's going to apply to all of mine, but on this side I tried to do the finishing, and then I like ran out of yarn on the bottom here, right here. I ran out of yarn and I didn't finish it. So on the other side it is not finished, which is fine with me. Yeah, so that is the first one. The second one is using Lion brand 24/7 cotton, which is the same yarn that Creative Grandma uses in her video, but I used brown. I have a bunch of brown. I mean, I don't have a bunch of brown, but I had it in stock. I have a bunch of these because I was really into making the Malia bags. And the Malia bag is a pattern by Yarn and Chai. And like I said, I don't have the button here. And this is the yarn that she uses as well. But then I got tired of making the bags. So I am left with a lot of cotton. Here is the stitch pattern, or the stitch texture, I guess. And this one I had quite a bit of yarn left over, and I really didn't know what to do with that. In hindsight, I probably could have made a like a matching washcloth or pot holder to go with the kitchen. Instead, what I did was I made face scrubbies. So I made 3 puff stitch scrubbies, just like that. And all of these were made using a 5mm crochet hook for everything. The puffs, or the scrubbies, and the 2 towels. So yeah, that is what has been on my hook lately. I am in the process of doing a lot of spring cleaning. I have a lot of whips that I would like to, I'm like looking around all my whips as soon as I say it. I would like to get a bunch of those done, and I'm hoping that Krista's spring fling challenge type thing encourages me to get those items done, because some of them have been on my hook for quite a while. Well, anyways, before I get into rambly mode, I'm gonna cut it off here and say goodbye. So until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.